Yes, I know it's not 4:30. Leave me the hell alone. Oh, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I am your host, the Ranting Monkey. He's Jack. Say hi, Jack.
Hi, everybody.
Well, Jack, here we are. I didn't think I was going to make it. I'm going to be honest with you. I've had a rough couple of days.
That's quitter talk. You're fine.
Well, let's get the good news out of the way. Phoebe seems like she's doing much better. She hasn't had what I've started to refer to as an incident in quite a while.
Really couching that one, aren't you?
Well, yeah. We're almost at 36 hours without an incident, and she has eaten in that time. So, things are going good.
Oh, good.
She's just really tired. Not lethargic, oh, I just can't get up. Just like she just wants to go back to sleep. She spent like 7 hours sleeping on Lady Monkey tonight.
Aw.
And she's been in bed with Lady Monkey since probably 9.
Wow.
I went into there to check on her because she's still sick, so I'm still checking on her. And it's dark in there, and I knew she was laying with her head on the foot railing. And so I just slowly took my hand across the foot railing, not turning on any lights or anything, until I touched her. And as soon as I touched her, I got a little "don't touch me" bite.
Yeah.
Not a mean, just a little. Hey, nah, I'm sleeping, bruh. Leave me alone. She was too cute at dinner time, Jack. So she'd been sleeping on Lady Monkey, but when I came upstairs, she jumped down to see me and say hi. And then she stared at Lady Monkey while Lady Monkey finished up some dishes and I did some cooking. And then we go sit at the table, and she gets on the back of the recliner, which she never gets up there, ever. And just stares at Lady Monkey. And
kind of creepy.
So we finished dinner, and Lady Monkey goes and sits in the recliner, and Phoebe walks down the front of her and plops herself down and went to sleep again.
Aw.
She was up on the back of the chair like, "Bitch, I want to sleep. Get over here." Yeah, she just wants her mommy. So she seems like she's feeling much better, and I'll still be taking her to the vet on Monday just to make sure everything's good.
Yeah.
But I don't deal with stress, Jack. Stress is not something I'm good at, and I was stressed about my cat.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's a legitimate thing to be stressed about.
I'm not stressed about this. Devil's Advocate's birthday was Saturday.
What?
Turned 49. Holy crap. He's our age, Jack.
Welcome to hell.
He was kind enough to let me call him Devil's Advocate because he knows I have trouble speaking English, and his language, or his name is in Latin there. So Devil's Advocate it is. It was your birthday. This one's for you. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Devil's Advocate. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, sir. I hope you had a good one. I really, really do. And the other reason I'll only call him Devil's Advocate because his name's not written in Roman.
Oh, yeah, because that's not a real language.
It's not. It is really not. So anyway, I've been playing Ark. You know this. And I can't play it online because it crashes all the time, right? And part of that is because my minimum system requirements were a little bit low. And with some finagling and stuff, I was finally able to get myself a new motherboard and processor, Jack. So I should be able to play the game, right? Now, replacing a motherboard and processor shouldn't take that long. It's you unplug a bunch of stuff, unscrew a couple of things, screw some stuff back in, and plug everything back, and you're done.
That sounds too easy. I don't like this.
It's never gone that easy for me. That is the theory of changing a motherboard. So I finally got it fixed. I started at about 7:30. And somewhere, what was it, around 1 that it finally let me back online? It kept throwing me an error. And it would seem like a Windows error. It was a Windows error. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I don't know where my Windows disk is. I know I have it somewhere, and I searched everywhere for it and couldn't find it. because I was thinking I was going to have to boot off the disc.
Yeah. What is this disc thing you speak of?
Yeah, right. Well, on one of the times that I reset itself, it actually threw me a completely different error code. I was like, wait, what the fuck is that? And it's actually a hardware error code. And so I go into the BIOS and look, and my 16 gigs of RAM is only showing up as 8.
Oh, that's so good.
And I'm like, uh-oh. So I reseated all the all the RAM and redid it, and it threw the same code. So I took out the one that was showing it wasn't there, started right up. I was like, you son of a bitch.
So you blew out your RAM.
I blew out a stick of RAM somehow in changing it. I don't know how, but
you looked at it funny.
Probably. I went to start up Arc, and now Arc won't run. The very thing I did all this for, because the RAM is too low.
Oh my God.
That's a true story. That's my life, Jack. That's what's been happening to me for the last week. A shitting cat and computer issues of my own making.
So everything's going to shit.
Yeah. And that's not even getting into the rest of the story. How have you been, my friend?
Same old. Helping the parents. Tomorrow I got a doctor's appointment. And he's probably gonna want to give me a physical because my 50th birthday is coming up in a few months. And I was like, but so I'm dreading that. I gotta take my sister to Costco tomorrow. Just doing all sorts of petty dumb shit. And I was trying to finish a comic review, trying to get the video assembled.
Mm-hmm.
Only I didn't have the cover image, and I couldn't find it online because it's this indie book, right? So I'm looking for it, and I finally realized, like, I tore apart about probably half my comic collection, which is pretty extensive at this point. And I finally remembered where it was, and it was literally in a box at my foot. Because there's a box of comics right by my foot under the table. And I had a bunch of detective comics in the box there, but I switched boxes because I wanted to do some other reviews. And I totally spaced on that. The most obvious thing, I must have kicked that box 20 times while I was tearing the place apart looking for it. And that was probably the universe's way of saying, hey, dipshit, right here. And the whole time I'm like, fucking box. Nope, it was right there. It was like in the first 5 or 6 comics, too.
For the people asking in chat, yes, I did switch the sticks to see if it was. With this stick in the first slot, it won't even start. And with it in the second slot, it throws the error. So, yeah, it's the stick. Which sucks, because now I got to get new RAM. Oh, well. Jack, we're still having a better time than... Well, no, we're not. I feel like getting thrown out of Congress isn't all that big of a deal, really.
Nah. I mean, he's only the 6th person ever to get it, so it's kind of a badge of honor at this point.
Let's talk about our old friend, George Santos, shall we?
International man of mystery.
I don't know about man. Have you seen it? Look, why does he look like a lesbian?
It's part of his new disguise. I don't know. Who knows what this dude's up to? He is some sort of freelance secret agent. I maintain that. That dude he has done some crazy shit in his day, and this is just what he's just preparing for his next gig.
He's got on makeup, including pink lipstick. He looks like Rosie O'Donnell.
Well, he used to be like a burlesque dancer or something?
Reportedly, yeah, down in South America.
Yeah, in like Brazil. Yeah. See, international man of mystery. He's probably just gonna go and like pretend he's Madonna for a year. I don't know.
We should probably tell everybody about this. George Santos got kicked out of Congress yesterday actually, because the ethics report came out. Now, they had tried to kick him out a week or so beforehand, and people like Jamie Raskin were like, we can't kick him out. He hasn't been convicted of anything. Well, that all went out the window. Jamie doesn't believe in that anymore. They kicked him out over an ethics complaint.
Consistency from a politician. Yeah, an ethics complaint. First of all, he wasn't guilty. Second of all, pick a member of Congress they've probably done almost as bad or worse.
Well, this guy is probably going to prison and probably deserves to. That's just based on what I know, but he has not been convicted of it yet. And that's where my problem comes in. It throws the whole idea of innocent until proven guilty out the window at the fucking congressional level.
Yeah. Yeah, which kind of tracks with the way Congress has been shitting all over our rights for the past 23 years. So, I mean, kind of to be expected at this point.
Yeah,
that is not Hannah Gadsby dangerous.
Very close. It's like Hannah
Maybe
and Rosie
he's gonna
have
say
the kid.
that he's trans, so he could get in a women's prison.
I was thinking that. I really was. I had not for the women's prison part, but so he could just have deflection. You know, just I have trans privilege now, so you guys can't say bad stuff about me anymore.
He's transish.
He's transish. Yeah.
No, I fucking love this guy. I hate that they threw him out. They threw him out because they're a bunch of unfunny douchebags in Congress. And you're right. This is absolutely watering down innocent until proven guilty.
Yep.
And on top of that, politically speaking, this was incredibly stupid for the Republicans. They just reduced their majority in the House by one more, which leaves them only 2.
Well, I mean, they're going to do a special election, and I don't know that the area, they were willing to vote for Republican anyway. I'm guessing that it'll still go to a Republican.
Yeah, maybe, unless it's fortified. But Kathy Hochul's overseeing it, and I wouldn't trust her to mow my lawn. On top of that, the people did vote. They voted for this guy, and he's not guilty yet.
Yep. Well, so, I mean, he may be guilty. He's just not found guilty yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's not officially guilty yet in the eyes of the law. So, this is going against the will of the people, which not surprising from Congress or the cowardly pussies in the Republican Party.
Yeah, and it's such a bad look. Now, under normal, one of the reasons we haven't had more people thrown out of Congress, like you said, in the House, it's only like 6 people. They've all either been convicted of crimes or actually were part of the Confederacy. Yeah. Everyone else has been like, you haven't done that. But what they do is they tend to step down. Like, things are getting kind of horrible for me. I'm going to step down. And
if this is the precedent, that Schiff and Swalwell should be booted immediately.
Real quick, never believe monkey's time. No, it's the time thing is not my fault today. It's computer issues that caused all kinds of havoc in the background. I had to pick that time. It was the only way I could get the show set up. Damn it. I'm trying to set it up just for 4 o'clock, and it kept telling me, you have to pick a time that's in the future. It's only
no,
3.
I don't. You don't know me.
Yeah, the system clock wouldn't update because it was telling me I didn't have a valid copy of Windows. I'm like, I'm using the same fucking one I've been using for years. But with new hardware, you have to activate it to that hardware, and I wasn't paying attention to that part. Finally did that, and everything's fixed. There you go. Anyway.
It's fixed for now.
For now. Santos is a piece of garbage, and he likely is going to federal prison for decades of his remaining transgender life.
Oh no, man, he's going undercover. See, this is a psyop. He's really not going to jail. He's going undercover as an inmate. And then there's going to be a bus crash, and the guy he's chained to is going to be like, come on, man, we got to go. And then he's going to go undercover as a fugitive inside some organization that is going to be mildly weird and interesting. Some kind of cult compound where they like eat babies or something. That's what this is. This dude's next mission. That's what this is.
I think he
should let me write his biography. I'll make it awesome.
I don't think you can make up anything better than the shit he makes up about himself.
Right? It's good.
So
well, I'll add to it though, and add a little bit of explosions and plutonium.
the nonsense about kicking this guy out. Look, put pressure on him to quit. That's fine. Be like, hey, dude, you really should quit. We're going to take away all your committees. We're not going to let you do anything anyway, which is probably my favorite punishment in Congress. They did that to Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah.
Like, all you can do is nothing. She's like, oh, and I still get the $174,000 a year? Awesome.
Right? Like, oh my God, no, not the briar patch.
They should be doing things like putting them on like the worst committees.
Yeah.
Like the sanitation committee or something.
Exactly. Or like, here you're on housing and border control. It's shit that everybody gets blamed for.
Well, tell me that these fuckers aren't benefiting from their office above the $174,000 when it is a punishment to get more work that you're not being paid extra for.
Yeah.
They don't get paid extra for being on any of the committees they're on. They're not a single dime more. It doesn't matter if they do one committee, 15 committees, whether they're on Ways and Means or they're on the Intelligence or Foreign Affairs. It doesn't fucking matter. They could be on all of them. They still make that same base pay. So why is it a punishment not to have to do that, Jack?
It's not. Look, he wasn't going to run for office again anyway. So this is ridiculously wasteful.
Yeah.
The guy wasn't going to run again. He's probably going to get convicted and would have to quit anyway. So this was just a big performative thing by the Republicans of virtue signaling to be like, look at us. We're moral. No, you're not. Shut the fuck up, you idiots. We're going to kick ourselves in the balls some more.
There were still like 100 of them in Congress. It was like 116 who voted against. So it was just your usual. We're better than this. We're not bad people here. All they've really done is cost the state of New York for the election.
Yep.
Cost each of the parties money in running an election that they're just going to have to do again in a couple of months. Because the election has to be called, I think it's 80 to 90 days or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
It's really weird because that's actually what it is. I'm not going 80 or 90 days because I can't remember. It's like between 80 and 90 days is when it has to happen. So that brings us to what? February? And then there's going to be another election in November?
Yep. It's a complete waste of money.
Yeah.
But that's what government does, is they just piss all over your paychecks.
And if he had been convicted, fine, kick him out. I don't give a shit. But he wasn't. And this is some nonsense. And the Republicans who voted for this, you're fucking retarded. Mm-hmm. They're still going to treat you like shit. Nobody thinks well of you. Do you get that?
Yeah, it's like a male feminist white knighting.
Yeah. And why is my Elgato not on? Never mind. I'll look at that later. Sorry, just noticing things about my computer. It's pissing me off.
Nice. What's this part for? See, I have a gray one, and if it breaks, I'm gonna try and get another computer, like maybe a black one.
Mine's black, but I picked out the case. So, do you know anything about the inner parts of your computer?
They're there.
They're there. Yeah. Damn nerds who don't know anything about computers.
I know. I'm a terrible fucking nerd. I'm awful. Real quick though, thank you, Gavin Newsom's balls. Hey Santos, there's room in my wife's purse right next to me. Since you just got neutered, feel free to come hang out.
I'm sad to see him go. I really am, because he's been ever since I became aware of this guy, he's just been one of my favorite people to laugh at. Oh,
he's hilarious. And that video he did with the fire alarm, fucking hilarious.
He did a response to Bowman's pulling the fire alarm, and did we watch that on here?
Yeah,
I think we did. Yeah. He's a funny guy, and probably an embezzler. And speaking of embezzlement, Jack, there's some YouTube drama going on around that kind of stuff.
What, really?
Oh God, yeah. This guy named the Completionist. Have you seen anything about this?
No, not at all.
I've been following this for about 2 weeks now. I think is how long it's been going on.
I've been
And
busy.
Bubba, I think it was, hit me up in the DMs because what originally comes out is this guy named the Completionist. He does this charity stream for a thing. What's it called? Open Hands, I think, is the charity.
Open hand jobs.
No, it's actually for early onset Alzheimer's.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
All right, so good charity.
They raise all this charity through different streams and stuff they do, right? But they haven't spent any of the money. Weird, right?
Okay.
They've got like over the years, they built up like $600,000, and each year they spend like, but I think it's between $10,000 and $20,000 on like administrative fees, and that's it. And they're just holding the money.
That's really weird.
Okay, that's where I last saw it. Bubba, you want to come hang out? Hang on, dude. Let me send you a link. Let me light my cancer stick first.
This is a good time to remind everybody we're brought to you by you. If you're enjoying the show, please. Lesbian.
Like hold on. Shit. I forgot to take his picture off the screen. Go ahead.
If you're enjoying the show, hit the like button, share it on your social media, and subscribe if you haven't. And if you're feeling generous, toss us a couple bucks at the Streamlabs link going through the chat, pinned at the top of the YouTube chat, and in the description of both streams.
Okay, you got the link now, Bubba. Yeah, I was not expecting that. I clicked on it and I forgot to. I took it off the screen for everybody to see, but I left it on the overall screen, and accidentally looked at an old lesbian woman, and that's not attractive.
Yeah, somebody asked if we could get like some sexy Asians, and I was like, no, probably
not. Yeah, these things don't happen around here.
Howdy.
Hey, what's up, my friend? How you doing tonight?
Doing well.
We're just lowering standards for all the homeless now. I mean, what's up, Bubba?
You leave our hobo friend alone.
Hey, he's riding the rails, swapping stories for sponge baths. I can respect that.
It's hard down here.
It always is, man. You ever try and jump off a moving train? That ain't easy.
You gotta learn that tuck and roll.
Okay, I had a there it is. Thank you, Jared Fogle. Oh, fuck me. Thank you, Jared Fogle. Fun fact, Amazon Prime Video lists a documentary about me under the paranormal category. I swear the Wi-Fi I used to hunt little girls is based in science, not magic. Please don't toast me like a sandwich. Wow.
I hope that's true.
I hope it's true, too. Anyway, so Bubba, we're talking about the Completionist, my friend.
Oh, Jesus.
Did you watch Mudahar's video all the way through?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so I was just filling Jack in on the original part of the story, just that they found out that these guys were just sitting on the money. And then it goes quiet for about 2 weeks, right, Jack?
Okay.
No update to the story until yesterday, right, Bubba?
Well, technically until 2 days ago when what was his name? Like Joe, something like that.
The video that you sent me.
Yeah, with the golf fundraiser.
Yeah, so Jack, this helping hand, as far as anybody knows, all the money they're getting is through these streams, and the stream money adds up to what they are filing because they're a 503c, right? They're a charitable organization, a tax-free charitable organization, so they have to fill out their tax work publicly.
Yeah.
So the stream money is matching up with the money on there. Mostly.
Wait, is that the only money they have?
Well,
because that's fishy as shit if that's the case. I'd be like, wait, the only money you seem to have in your accounts is what you were getting donated from this stream. That sounds like money laundering.
And they're not spending any of it. Remember that part of it.
Yeah.
And they're also supposed to be contributing all the bits, YouTube ads, subscriptions. But that is kind of eerie. Like, we don't know what they made from that.
Yes. So that we'll just go with the amount that we do know from the one donation tracking site.
Okay. Because this is starting to sound like the feds are going to be involved.
Oh, it gets better.
Yes.
So this thing's been going on for more than a decade now, and it didn't actually. Oh, hang on.
2014, I believe it, when we can track it.
Wait. That is the streaming part of it. The golf
we can track it.
That we can track. The golf tournament that is run every year and brings in close to $100,000 a year. Between $50,000 and $100,000 a year.
It's typically $40,000 to $70,000.
That money's unaccounted for.
And $40,000 to $70,000 is the low ball.
That's lowballing it. Yeah.
Nobody's caught this in a decade.
No.
Even the feds, who just love investigating people for shit like this.
I'm sure there's a fed somewhere out there having their happiest day ever.
Oh, there's a dude about to make his career.
Yeah, because they usually say, well, they were on our radar.
All right, but here's the thing. So we can see all of their tax filing.
Mm-hmm.
And so when it was just only like the golf event, everything seemed perfectly on end. Like everything seems to make sense. Ish. But since Gerard started his what was it called? Indieland?
Yes.
What's it called?
Indieland.
Basically like indie developers.
Oh, okay. Indie. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's an annual charity stream that they do where they highlight indie game developers as well. It's a really cool concept.
Yeah, I thought you said Hindi land, and I'm like, dragging the Hindus into this.
Krishna's getting all the money.
Ganesh took it. I don't know what's going on. I'm afraid of Kali.
Anyway, go ahead, Bubba.
But basically, like over time, it's like okay, so the golf events and on their taxes, they do the expenditures for the golf things. So it's not like they did a separate taxes.
Yeah. So all told, the golf tournament over the last decade probably should have cleared $500,000. And we know that several of the charity streams have raised $100,000 each. And somehow they only have $600,000 without spending any money.
And if you go year to year, with what we can see for what the sponsor costs, there's like at least 30 to 50,000 minimum missing from each year's taxes.
Yep.
Wow. Oh my God. So somebody's going to be Santos's cellmate in federal pound me in the ass prison.
Well, the part that really jumps out at me is the completionist himself, the guy who does these charity game streams because his mom passed from the disease. So that's why he's doing it. He tells us in a stream that he did with Mutahar and the other guy, I forget the guy's name, that he became aware that the money wasn't being sent out to anybody 2 years ago.
Wait, so he hasn't even been keeping up with the charity that he supposedly founded?
That he's helping to donate to.
Okay, so
his father runs it.
Yeah, his father runs it, and which I feel like is the biggest scammer of them all.
Yeah, I think Daddy did it.
So he's been donating money, not paying attention to it. Found out 2 years ago and didn't tell anyone. Didn't go to the feds, the SEC.
Well, no. Real quick, Jack. Yes, Lieber Wolf, Some Ordinary Gamer, Mutahar. His channel is known as Some Ordinary Gamer. With it being his dad, I don't know if he's like, "Ooh, Dad, we might want to do something about this." I honestly don't know what he did because the clips that I've seen is just him going, "Yeah, I found out about this in 2021."
But that's actually more incriminating.
Yeah, because that means he raised money. I don't know if they've done theirs this year. I'm assuming they have, but they raised money at least twice since then.
Yeah,
from what he said, he found out that no, we weren't donating to the people that we were promoting that we were donating to. He found that out in 2021. Let's assume it's December 31st.
Oh yeah, because he could have found out earlier in the year. It might have been 3 of them by now.
But he still promoted those same people in 2022, late 2022.
I'm with Viking. Did the Clinton Foundation set this up?
It sounds like it.
It does.
The weirdest part is why they're just sitting on that money. If you don't want to draw eyes to yourself, you still fake some of it. What are you, fucking Sean King?
Yeah, they should be at least like they could actually kind of like do fake donations if they did enough donations. They could probably like shuffle it off to some shell company and just keep the chain of shell companies going. So it's all just on paper and it would take forever to sort out. But the fact this money is apparently just sitting there, is this just like his dad's escape fund?
Well, that's the weirdest thing is on all of their expenses, they have done 0 contributions.
Yeah, that should raise red flags with the oversight committees, because like somebody should have noticed this by now.
For a fucking decade, nobody's donated any money from this place. All they have is administrative fees they paid. That's it. And nobody at the IRS went, hey, wait a minute.
Right? And as crass as it sounds, is his mom really dead? Has anyone verified this? Because this sounds like some shady fucking
stuff.
It's
his mom.
Yes, his mom's really dead.
Just checking. I don't know these people, but this sounds like some really lazy lying. So you got to kind of, check everything.
Well, when the story first comes out, it's just kind of explained away. Like, look, nobody stole any money. It's all the money's still sitting there.
This is still fraud by deception.
Yes, yep. And it also begs the question, why would you just hold it? There's no good reason for that.
It is just also gross negligence on a massive account because let's just say it's fucking 10 years that you've been saving this money that was supposed to be going for a medical cause. You have inflation, time of research. That's completely gross negligence from what you were saying you were donating this towards.
She's with Elvis and Tupac in Cuba.
No, is this money in an offshore account or
no? It's in regular American banks.
So it's just collecting interest.
That's another thing. I mean, there's no interest shown.
Where's that money going then?
Right, it's like it's in a non-interest earning checking account.
What's in his dad's checking account? Because like that's super weird. Is it invested in anything? Did they buy any?
No.
Make any purchases? It's just sitting in some random bank in like buttfuck Utah or whatever.
Yes.
This is very, very weird. This I would check to make sure that bank is real.
Yeah, this is
there's been no confirmation that the money is still in the account.
No,
I will say there's no proof there isn't in that account, but there's no proof that it is as well.
All we have is the tax statements. We have the IRS filings. Does that money actually still exist? I don't know.
Dry is making a good point. Is it possible that borrowing against it is collateral?
That could be something they're doing too. You borrow against that to make private investments,
or just to skim the money.
Yeah.
They'd be like, well, I defaulted on that. Good luck with the other 50 people that are trying to collect off that money.
And then there's people like why are people so hesitant to donate to online charities? I don't fucking know. But yeah, this one came out of nowhere. Like I said, I don't even know why they started looking into it.
Somebody got bored and was like, I don't like this guy. See what he's up to.
But yes, somehow Mr. Beast is the one being canceled.
Yeah, Mr. Beast is the asshole.
Running a 10-year money scam? Come on, man.
look, it's not a scam. He just realized 3 years ago that people weren't actually spending this money on charity and did nothing about it.
Right. It just happens to be his dad.
Honestly, I kind of feel like Gerard is actually a decent person.
I was
and his
just going to
father
bring that
is
up.
an asshole.
So that's the Gerard. He's the completionist. Is that his real name?
Mm-hmm.
Here, I want to throw that link into chat for the video from the other day that you'd sent me. Except for there's a timestamp on it, and I don't want the timestamp. Pause. But anyway, I've seen tons of people talk about, what a nice guy this guy is, and everybody loves him. And if you're going to be somebody who's going to cheat somebody, that's the easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
Just be the one that everybody likes. And look, I don't know if the guy's actually okay. No, I'm not even couching it that way. Your dumbass knew for at least 2 years that this money wasn't going to the charities you're telling people they're donating to. You are responsible for fraud.
Yeah, you're part of the confidence scam.
Yep.
So
if you did nothing to stop it, and I went and talked to my dad, that doesn't count.
Because you can have the best of intentions, but
at some point in that 2 years, you need to be like, Dad, either pay up or I'm going to the police myself.
And also, Jack, just to explain to you also, the golf tournament, it wasn't like they were any small sponsors. They're getting like Coke, Dr. Pepper, Pepsi, Monster.
Yeah. Big time sponsorships for this. Jamie Lee Curtis works with them.
Oh yeah, that we didn't even get into that.
No, we haven't.
Jamie Lee Curtis was giving a yearly donation between $10,000 and $45,000 a year.
Wow. Yep. Bitch.
And so it's not like this is some minor thing. This is a pretty major charity organization thing going on, and yeah, nobody's getting the charity, and a whole lot of the money seems like it's missing. Whoopsie.
Yeah, it does sound like there's something going on. They should look into Dad's finances and any offshore Costa Rican accounts he's got.
Yeah, I can't remember who first brought that to my attention, or if I just stumbled upon it because I do watch like Mutahar, but the original one was just so weird. And then when the additional stuff comes out, that's the golf tournaments that we just learned about in the last couple of days. Yeah, it's looking incredibly fraudulent. Good job, YouTubers out there helping people distrust your fellow man.
Now, has anyone notified the Attorney General of whatever state they're in?
Oh, I have a feeling somebody has by now.
I'm guessing a few dozen people.
Yeah. This is not a minor story anymore, and I would be shocked if somebody does not go to jail for that. Maybe there's an innocent explanation. I have never run a charity. I can't think of one myself.
Well, I've worked at charities, and this sounds like a fucking scam.
Oh, yeah. All right. Carl Jobs. That was the other person. I could not find his name for the longest time.
Oh, the one who made the other video?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the video I threw into chat for everyone. Because we're talking about horrible stuff, I put Phoebe on the screen to make everybody go, "Aw, look at her."
Miss Jack, you might know Carl Jobs because he does a lot of the thing of what's that cheater's name of the Donkey Kong variety.
Oh shit! What is that guy's name? The big Donkey Kong scammer who for the longest time.
Billy Mitchell. There we go.
Yes. Yeah.
I've never heard of this either.
Really?
What?
Fuck, Jack! You got to
I
get
don't
in
have
on
a lot
some
of
of these.
free time these days.
Is
somebody cheating at Donkey Kong? That's gay.
Yes.
That's like that's very
majorly.
He, for the longest time, claims he's the best Donkey Kong player in the world because he had like the high score or whatever, I forget. And then it starts to come out like, did he fake that shit? And yes, he did. And now if you say on a video, we didn't put him in the title or anything, so he won't care about us. but if you mention him, he'll threaten to sue you. And he
It's
actually
been
has
confirmed.
sued people and lost.
What a waste of money.
True
Wait,
story.
so he's actually like been exposed as a legit cheater.
Yeah.
And he's sued people over it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Why did he think that was a good idea?
Look, man, he is clinging to this little bit of relevance he has.
Pride is a terrible sin.
Yeah, man. That's wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't even know what to say to that other than
Yeah, look
so
at
dumb.
sometime look up Billy Mitchell. Just any video on him will do. Because he is such a fucking lolcow, man.
Oh my god.
It's wonderful. This is why I love drama, Jack.
Yeah, I mean, I like this kind of dumb shit, but it seems like that YouTube just sort of attracts these people in this very unhealthy way. Like they become so stuck in their lie that they can't ever back out, and now you're suing people over the fact that you committed like a provable lie. It's kind of sad.
It's insane is what it is. My favorite part of the guy is his look, though, Jack. And this is the gentleman in question.
Oh, show the midget with the hair.
Wow,
with the hair.
He looks like,
yeah.
Discount Lionel Luthor from Smallville.
Yeah, he's an interesting character.
Who played him in that Adam Sandler movie, Pixels?
Played who?
It was him.
Oh, I haven't seen Pixels.
I liked it when it was that episode of Futurama.
Who is the dwarf in
Oh, Peter Dinklage?
Yeah, it's Peter Dinklage that played him.
Nice.
They actually had somebody play this guy in a movie.
Yeah.
He does have that kind of, like, if you look at him from the side, he does kind of look like Peter Dinklage.
A little bit, yeah, you're not wrong, but he's a bit. Oh, I do remember that now, Bubba. I haven't seen that, but I remember people talking because he got pissed.
Yeah, he did.
He got pissed about that.
Yeah. He probably tried to sue them.
Yep. What else is going on in the world, though? So yeah, the whole thing with the Mudahar thing, I guess we'll be keeping an eye on it and see what happens with the completionist and whether or not anybody ends up going to jail over this, because frankly, it sounds like somebody might end up going to jail over this.
I have a feeling the IRS is giving the sniffles. Like, I smell money,
and it's really not even that much that they could have stolen. And I'm not discounting it, right? But
yeah, that's probably about like $20,000 to $30,000 to $50,000 a year.
A year,
you could live off of that very comfortably.
You can, but is that worth? Is $50,000 a year worth going to pound me in the ass prison for 20?
Oh fuck no! But I'm not an idiot, and stealing involves way too much work because I'm really lazy. I don't understand theft like this. What are you getting out of it? You're going to get caught, most likely, unless you're like a really good art thief or something. And then you're going to go to a shitty prison and you're going to get your butthole stretched out, and it's not going to be worth it.
I'm not even advocating theft here. I just want to be clear on that. But if you're going to do it, why in the fuck are you going to do it as a 501(c)(3)? Why are you going to steal from the federal government?
Because there's not a lot of oversight more often than not. So
why do it in the most like transparent way possible?
That's the part that got me. Like, you're talking about this as like a major like golf tournament and something this internet celebrity is doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the type of shit. If somebody doesn't like you, they're gonna dig into your background and find this.
Jack, just to give you an example, I think it was 2019. They raised $109,000, and on their tax return, it said they raised their revenue was $116,000, And also, the golf tournament was supposed to be included in that, which they did do about $5,600 of expenses, and with their website, and then they include how much everything cost. That should have been another like $50,000. There's a little bit of a discrepancy here.
Yeah. I don't know. I think this is really a stupid scam. I just don't understand the motivation to actually do this one. So whatever. I mean, enjoy your prison stay, I guess. But
I'm guessing that the father's probably on death's door, and he's the treasurer as well. What I could find.
wow.
Yeah, take out your son with you. Yeah, what an asshole.
He's like, fuck it.
I got nothing to lose.
Surprised that dude's still in the country if he's. I mean, so far this money's only on paper. Nobody's checked any actual bank accounts.
As far as we know, yeah.
If it's like an LLC and he's got his son named as the actual executor, and he's just like, I just worked there. I didn't know nothing. He's giving himself some plausible deniability or something. I could totally see that. Because if you're scamming as a charity, man, you're going to have your golden parachute ready to go.
All these numbers came from just the public LLCs.
Just the tax filings that have been found, because all of this shit, again, as a charitable organization, you have to file and it has to be public.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's actually what's
true
in the bank.
We don't know the actual funds still in the account. We just know what they've received.
Yeah.
Real quick, thank you.
Even what they received is not good.
Real quick, thank you, Jack's Butthole. Some of the things we have to say.
Anything.
Jack's Butthole, thank you. I'm totally ready for prison because I've been practicing my yoga. Well, there you go. Well, this is our genius criminal on the screen right here, Jack. And again, I don't know if he was involved the whole time, but by his own mention, he's known since 2021. That means he's done it for at least 2 years, knowing that money wasn't going where it was supposed to, which makes you part of the fraud, sir.
It does. It makes you a co-conspirator, whether you like it or not. That was a dumb thing to admit. Yeah, look, I've never seen this guy before in my life, but the look he's given is like, I'm going to jail?
Yeah, right. Do they have Twinkies in there? No, he's 1.6 million people watch him on YouTube. He's called the completionist because he plays games all the way through and gets everything, all the achievements and collectibles and all that silly shit.
Yeah, I guess that, but
I feel judged.
You should start a YouTube channel and don't rip people off.
I suspect that if he's known as the completionist, his jail stay is going to be very, very unpleasant. There'll be a lot of dudes like, I like going to completion.
I was thinking more like, I'm eligible for parole. Too bad you're the completionist.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking more prison rapey, but, you're not wrong either.
He was getting this life of completionist school of tax fraud.
Yeah, he's, dear Christ, man. But that went on. What else has happened? Oh, I want to throw this video into chat. We watched part of the DeSantis and what's that asshole's name? Gavin Newsom debate the other day.
Mm-hmm.
The Joker is what you meant to say.
There's a member of the California delegation of the House of Representatives who went on to the House and spoke for like 40 minutes the next day. Sorry, 30 minutes the next day, ripping apart every fucking line Newsom told.
Wow. Nice.
It is brutal. It's fucking brutal. The guy's a little annoying. Here, I'll show you what he looks like and just imagine his voice, because I'm not gonna force that on our audience. I like these people, but look at him. He looks like a little dweeb, and he sounds like one too.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll prove it.
televised debate between the governor of my...
Is that not an annoying sound?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I get it.
Still worth the watch, guys. Check it out. It's funny. The fact that he's like, the governor from my state went up there and lied his ass off.
I don't know what you're talking about. My voice is not annoying.
Oh my God. It took a lot for me to listen to that one. I was playing Ark in the background, so I was, distracted by Argentavis's and stuff, but still, God damn. He's the kind of guy that in a TV show gets shoved in a locker.
Or he's like fixing a computer, telling everybody how he's doing it. And they're like, nobody cares. Shut up.
All right, Jack. It's time to get a little philosophical.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
This chick who I'm not familiar with, Marina Perkis. She's apparently a pundit, don't you know? As they always are.
Yeah.
By the way, we're pundits. You know that, right?
No, we're commentators.
We're pundits.
No, I don't like that word.
Why not?
I don't know.
I think it adds an air of respectability.
Nah, it sounds like a bad kicker in football.
It's nice. We also we're newsmen. We're journalists. We are investigative journalists because we've done some investigation around here. We are upstanding members of society.
You just described a bunch of scumbags, so I don't know about that.
So we're gonna have a charity golf tournament this year.
I mean, the comparison's kind of low, so I guess.
Hey, it's a low bar, and I'm there. Anyway, Miss Marina says this. Here's the thing. I just want things to be fair. I just want a level playing field. No matter what family you're born into, I want you and your kids to have the same shot at life as those who are most privileged. And I don't quite get why we're not all on board with that. This is a grown-ass woman. This is a grown-ass woman saying this. I think I was probably 4 the first time my mother said to me, life isn't fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, sounds about right.
Some people weren't told that, apparently.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't seem to understand that are having some harsh realizations these days. And I find that very disheartening and sad that people in their 20s and up do not understand that life is not going to be fair to you.
Growing up as a poor person, I just learned to befriend rich people.
Yeah, look, crippling poverty is a great way to learn that life's not fair. But for fuck's sake, how many of these people just have not figured this out? I am appalled each time I see somebody that's like a grown adult and should know better, being like, I don't understand why I'm not getting my way. Because life exists and you're a fucking retard. I don't get this.
It's very childish thinking. Let me get this first. Gavin Newsome, thank you so very much. You forgot that since the debate, it came out that my wife is the one that ended the debate. I didn't hear about that. And the reason that's important is that at the end of the scheduled end of the debate, Hannity asked the two candidates, would you guys, or the two politicians, would you guys be willing to do this again? And Gavin's like, hell yeah, let's keep going. And so they were, all right, we'll come back after the break and do it. And he comes back after the break and he's like, they said they didn't have time. They had to go. So that's the end.
Sorry, guys. My wife won't let me play anymore. I gotta go home.
Life. Thank you so much. Who says, shut the fuck up and get a helmet. Yeah. Here,
Right.
let's talk about fairness. Because in this one, she's clearly like, some people are rich and some people are poor. All right. She wants fairness, right? How is it fair to take something from somebody to make them even with someone else? How's that fair to that person? You're taking from them.
Well, they were committing the unfairness by having too much.
But it's not fair to just take it from them.
Oh, yes, it is. Because we're just making sure everybody's got the same.
I'm sorry, I
It's
just started hearing the Russia theme song.
I don't understand how people don't understand this. I don't get why people don't want this. I would love everybody to be happy and healthy and safe all the time.
Yeah,
It would
and
be
rich,
great.
but it's just not possible. Life's
Yes.
not going to do that for everybody, and there will always be inherent differences, and there will always be inequality. Oh my God, life's difficult. Fucking suck it up, you pussy. Seriously, we were all should have learned this before first grade.
Yes.
Also, if I shit gold nuggets, but
Yeah, it'd be wonderful. I would
don't know
love
about
not
that.
to wake up in pain every fucking day. You think this
Yeah.
bitch is going to go hurt herself so that me and her are on the same playing field?
No.
No, because it's never actually about honest fairness. What they're like, money. We need the money. Speaking of money, thank you, Alan. It's very kind. I appreciate it. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Alan. You were
What a
Alan's
great segue.
great person.
Yeah, he's good people.
He's good people. Yeah,
well,
very
I
good
mean,
people.
watches the show and supports us. Those are good people right there.
It's just I keep seeing so much of this childish thinking on Twitter lately. These kind of ridiculous platitudes that actually don't mean anything in the real life because they can't. Fairness is not something you can achieve by taking shit away from other people.
No, but the utopian delusion is just out of control with these people. They do not live in reality. They live in this magic land where everything that they could possibly want will come true, and there'll be candy canes and pixie dust everywhere, and they can all ride unicorns to work. It's a bunch of stupid nonsense that is totally impractical, but they all believe it because if they wish hard enough, Tinkerbell will still give it to them. It's fucking crazy. We live in a time of complete delusion by stupid, crazy people.
I had a moment today where I actually felt a little bad.
Did you?
Yes, because a very nice person that I follow on Twitter, they came up with a suggestion for how to fix the problem with Hamas. And what they said is we stop supporting Israel, right? And we just go in and deal with Hamas because we will use drones and stuff to make sure that we only kill the bad people.
Sorry.
What?
And I was like, oh, fuck you poor, sweet, innocent thing. And so I sent him a story about the bombing of the aid worker there in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
And all they responded with is, I didn't know we did this.
What?
Like, yeah. Look, that's one of the most extreme examples, but do you really think we didn't kill any innocents in Iraq and Afghanistan?
Yeah, what about that aspirin factory we blew up in the 90s?
We have killed the fuck out of innocent people.
Yeah, let's not even talk about the Tokyo fire bombings.
No.
Or Dresden. Just in the recent, last couple of skirmishes, innocent people get killed in war. It's just a consequence. And real quick, thank you, Alan, for the generous donation. He said, morning, my friend. Good morning, Alan. Hope you're doing well. Hope your day's treating you good.
Shattered innocence. Yeah, that's why I felt bad because oh my God, you really look. I love my country, but you really believe. Holy shit.
Are we going to talk about Black Hawk Down where we killed 30,000 Somalis because they downed one helicopter?
Yeah, we don't play.
No, we don't fuck around. We ain't got time for that shit. Did Obama bomb a wedding?
Yeah.
Just to kill one terrorist?
Yep. And can anyone say napalm, right?
Right?
We blew
Agent Orange?
We blew the fuck out of the Cambodians. They weren't even involved.
Yeah, they're just like, let's just fuck Cambodia while we're at it.
They were just
what
close.
What Cambodians do?
So yeah, it's amazing to see some of the just the naivete on Twitter sometimes. I felt so bad having to be the one to share that with her. Because she's
great when sorry.
She's a very sweet girl.
Well, you always get peripherally somebody that just isn't involved in politics, and they see something you post, and they misinterpret it or something like that. And I'm like, hate to tell you this, but
Viking says Laos has entered the chat.
right?
Oh fuck! Oh, well played. Well played. Yeah, you can't sanitize war. We've tried. It was probably it was a lot more gentlemanly when they would just stand in front of each other and shoot each other.
Well,
Yeah, but I mean, even then, like the Indians were doing guerrilla warfare and totally fucking over the British and French and the Dutch. So, there's no war. There's no real rules in warfare. You could try and create them, but somebody will always violate them. So it's kind of foolish.
Yeah, I mean, even when you do have people who only meet on the battlefield, like men, between the battlefields, they'll go and burn villages down and murder and rape. You can't sanitize war. It's why we need to be so decisive when we're going to do it. Like this is worth doing it, because you know what? Innocent people are going to die. It's just how it is.
No innocent people. You can save all the innocent people by doing like facial recognition. Yeah, dude with a beard.
Yep.
No, that is so smooth brain little kid logic. It's just not realistic at all. Innocent people die by accident, or the bad guys are hiding with them. It's just going to happen. You have to accept that. There is going to be collateral damage. It's awful. It's very tragic, but it still happens. You can only try and minimize the fallout. Anything else is delusion.
I saw a debate the other day where they were talking about, the number of innocent people that have died in Gaza. And it's disproportionate. They love that terminology. It's disproportionate.
Give me percentages.
They only killed 1,200 of the Israelis, and they've killed like 20,000 of them. Well, then they probably shouldn't have killed those 12,000 Israelis, huh?
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have went to a music festival and raped and murdered and then butchered a bunch of babies. People tend to get a little bitchy about stuff like that. And I maintain my example of if a bunch of illegal immigrants went into Coachella and started raping and murdering people, people would freak the fuck out. But it's okay if it happens in Israel.
I'm going to disagree with you a little bit, Jack, because if it was Muslims, they'd probably say, those Coachella people, they kind of got Jewish last names sometimes. I'm just saying.
You'd probably get Glenn Greenwald defending him.
Yeah. It'd be like, do you know how many Jews are in the fashion industry?
Oh my God. Yeah. Like gay Jews in the fashion industry. What a weird, what do they call that? The Velvet Mafia?
The Velvet Mafia, indeed.
Real quick, thank you, Evolved Potato. A good war is a fast war. A fast war is a cruel war. All warfare is cruel, but a fast war is the cruelest because you are going to do slash and burn. And shock and awe, we call it now. But yeah, you just go in and blow a bunch of shit up and decimate entire villages and salt the earth behind you. And the enemy is devastated to the point where they surrender. That's true. But it's often a very tragic thing.
Hey, the truth of the matter is also that sometimes you do need to put that pressure on the public.
Yeah. If you can turn your enemy's people against their government, then you have a much easier chance of winning.
I ran a poll today, and it's time to look at the results. I asked the question, and I'm going to put it to you two gentlemen. Is genocide ever okay? You don't have to give your reason yet, just yes or no. Is genocide ever okay, Jack?
I don't know. It kind of depends how we're defining genocide.
That's fair. And Bubba, genocide ever okay? Uh-oh. Did we lose Bubba?
Uh-oh.
Bubba just genocided himself.
Oh, dude, he was like, I am not getting involved in this conversation.
Can you hear me?
No,
there we are.
All right. I can see there being situations where it'd be okay.
All right. So the poll itself came out. 30% said yes. 30.4. 69.6 said no out of 158 people voting. So roughly, 50 people said yes. I'm going to make the case that genocide can be okay. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because we've seen this so often with the whole Palestinian debate. The genocide's never okay. You people are calling for them to kill all of the bad guys. Genocide.
Have you ever seen the movie The Alien?
No.
Alien. I'm going to genocide all the aliens.
Oh, he's xenomorphist.
I was going to say,
fuck the xenomorphs.
Being that I asked you the question, I really did expect you to go to a video game answer because I've genocided the fuck out of people in a video game. But in reality, do you know where the legal definition of genocide comes from? It comes from the Geneva Conventions and all that shit.
Oh my God, I thought you were going to say the Jews, and I was like, oh no,
well,
we're in trouble.
Kind of, yes, actually, because the term genocide first appears in 1944, if I remember the date correctly. But they were very careful in how they wrote it. It's the systemic eradication of, ethnic, religious, national. There's one more thing. And they were very careful to leave out the term political.
As long as they left out humans, my term is still good.
The reason that they leave out political is because by every other part of the definition, we genocided the Nazis.
Yeah.
It's literally what we did. We killed them all until they stopped behaving that way.
Well, they didn't learn, and rolled up newspaper just had to get bigger and bigger.
We haven't gotten to the communists just yet.
I would make the argument that sometimes genocide is actually okay. Now, granted, for that we have to admit that you can include other groups besides, they're just all the same religion. I mean, have you seen the Nazis? It's not like they were non-cult like.
Have you seen the videos coming out of Paris and what's happening with those really angry people that the desert people that are upset over there?
The upset Asians.
Yeah. Did you see there were like 3 terror attacks in the past 2 days?
No, I'm not shocked though.
Yeah, there was an attempted one in Germany that got thwarted. There was one in Paris. There might have actually been 2 in Paris, but I couldn't tell if they were different instances. I didn't have time to look into it. There's one in the Philippines, and I think there was one in the UK that was pretty minor. So yeah, there were several instances that were stated to be terror attacks. So the one in Paris, they yelled Allah Akbar before killing somebody and injuring a few others. They attacked
protests.
That's the religion of peace. I've been told.
Yeah. The one in Germany, it was a couple of teenagers plotting to attack a Christmas market. Where same thing that happened a few years back. So somebody tipped off the cops and they thwarted that one. But yeah, there's a couple of really fucked up things going on out there. Oh, and then some guy was plotting to kill Elon Musk.
Meh is saying that he's getting censored in chat. I apologize, dude. It's not us. I promise you that. If you're getting censored, it's YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube's got some new words that they're not happy about.
They're a bunch of crybaby bitches anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, genocide can be a useful tool. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I mean, it depends how bad you want to win. Look at the Canadians, man. They could have dealt with this whole French-Canada thing a while ago, but no, they cucked on it.
And look what happened to them.
Now they have bilingual signs.
Dude, there was another hearing, I guess it was a hearing, but another chapter in the government corruption, influence, and media stuff that Jim Jordan's running.
Oh, yeah?
Had Matt Taibbi up there again and Schellenberger, whatever the hell his name is. The Democrats brought up a woman who used to work in the Trump administration who really hates Donald Trump, and you don't need to worry about the censorship from media being influenced by our government. No. What they really need to be doing is having hearings about Donald Trump. I'm not making that up.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Did you see that the depositions from the J6 committee mysteriously vanished?
I haven't, but hold that thought, because they didn't. I know what you're talking about. They didn't mysteriously vanish. Hang on. We'll get to that. The reason I bring this up, though, is because there was one other person on the dais being asked questions, or on the witness table. It was a Canadian who said,
fancy with the dais.
I'm coming to you from the future. Or she goes, pretend I'm coming to you from the future. And she lays out all this stuff. And she goes, now, actually, I'm not coming from the future. That's just the way Canada is. And you guys are headed there if you keep this shit up. I was like, nice. Damn. It was.
She's not wrong.
Yeah, she's not. And this is 2 days ago. So you guys can look that up. Just look for look up Jim Jordan on YouTube. Sort it in the last week and you'll see it. Go ahead, Jack.
Thank you, Evolved Potato. Technically, forcefully converting people out of a suicide religion is genocide.
Yep.
But most people be completely fine with it.
But it is.
No, it's Islamophobic. Da, da, da.
But to what you were talking about with the depositions from the January 6th committee is legally they didn't have to keep them. Because of the way the rules worked, only the stuff that they presented to the public had to be kept.
Oh, that's some shitty fucking stuff right there.
Yep. Bernie Thompson or Thomas or whatever the hell his name is, he responded to the criticism on this. Hey, we only had to keep the stuff that we used.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, there's no rules that say that all of it has to be kept.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a good thing you're guilty when you stepped in here, comrade, because we only had to preserve your guilt.
Liz Cheney was out there today, I think it was, saying that Mike Johnson, our Speaker of the House, that he was a collaborator with Trump in trying to overthrow the election.
Collaborator. That's a very Soviet term, isn't it?
Yeah, isn't it weird that they're allowed to use all the terms? Because this lady that was before Congress the other day to testify about, government censoring us through media, she's like, Donald Trump used words like vermin, which is what the Nazis said. Lots of people have used the term vermin, you fucking twat.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of Donald Trump said a word that the Nazis said. Did he say it in German? I'm betting he didn't. I feel like we would have seen that.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, on the other side, they literally, the big lie comes from Goebbels. That shit is his propaganda. The big lie is the Jews, you fucking assholes, and you use it every fucking day. But I guarantee you, if Donald Trump came out and said that shit, they'd be like, he's using that Nazi propaganda.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, though, is they use the Nazis' propaganda methodology way more, but they'll never admit that. It's exactly accuse your enemy of what you are doing.
And then they just throw the commie shit on top of it.
Yeah.
They are the worst of the worst. And then they're like, but Donald Trump said vermin. The bitch gets up there and she actually, Donald Trump called the press the enemy of the people. It's not what he said.
They are, but that's not what he said.
He said fake news was the enemy of the people.
Yeah, which is, most of the press.
Yeah. But the way they say it is an absolute lie because it's not what he said. And if you go and watch her testimony, which I really do, it's an 8-hour stream. I have not watched the whole thing. But just go watch their opening statements. It's like 5 minutes long, I believe hers is. And just count the number of times she repeats media lies that are, yes, Donald Trump said those words, but she'll say, Donald Trump said that the press are the enemy of the people. Quote, the press are the enemy of the people. She'll use little quotes here and not tell you when she stopped quoting. Yeah. She'll say, and he said, and I quote, and we'll give a quote, and not tell you that she stopped the quote as she's adding bullshit that was never said? She is a disgusting piece of shit.
Wow.
And yeah, she was brought there by the Democrats to, you know, keep us from being able to say what we want to online. Did you see that Google just came out and they were admitting that the government was working with them to silence COVID misinformation?
Yeah, I saw that.
Hang on, I find my shock somewhere.
Yeah, and
Around.
specifically on YouTube. Shock. I'm that came as a total surprise with the way it was handled here on YouTube.
God damn it, where can I find this shock?
I know, right?
It's
Yeah, it's out of stock on Amazon, so I was able to order any.
This is a true story. Last year, because both Tiabi and Schellenberg have been up before Congress again. Last year, when Matt Tiabi testified in front of Congress, that very day, the IRS raided his house.
Yep.
When he's in Washington, in a very public, everybody knows he's going to be there thing, they went to his house. And the IRS, go ahead.
It was a veiled threat.
The IRS, after this, comes out like, yeah, we're not doing these unannounced visits to people's houses anymore, like they ever should have been in the first place.
Right.
Because it undermines public trust. Like, no, you're doing it because you got fucking busted doing it, asshole. In the most obvious way ever. This guy's up there to talk about corruption in our government, and our government sent the fucking IRS to his house the day he testified.
We're just gonna make sure this guy gets cleansed from. I mean, we're not gonna do this again.
No, it was a totally random visit. We didn't know he wasn't gonna be home that day. Really? And then they're like, how dare you question our government? I get asked that sometimes, like, why are you so skeptical of the government? Like, have you paid attention?
Yeah, it's a fucking mystery.
Why do you
I'm
want
from
to
the government. I'm here to help.
Why do you want to get rid of the FBI? Because I don't want to die? I don't know what to tell you. Oh, I don't understand people who have faith in our government. I really don't. What do they do right? Yeah, there was some dead fucking silence.
Yeah, you can stand in that silence for quite a minute.
Massive says, "Why are you not?" Exactly. Even if you are a pie in the sky kind of person, kind of like that chick I was talking about earlier with the we should just Americans will get rid of Hamas because we do it very, very strategically. If you do even minor investigations in the kind of stuff our government has done against its own people, I'm not even talking about, you know, the let's call them extra credit bombings in places like Laos and Cambodia during Vietnam, or just things like, you know, MK Ultra and the Tuskegee stuff, Waco and Ruby Ridge. I don't know how you can look at any part of our government and be like, I trust these guys implicitly.
Yeah, that's people that don't pay attention.
I trust a fart during a bout of diarrhea more than I trust our government.
Oh, that's impressive.
I do not. Nothing that they do is ever right, and the few things that they do, they still fuck up. Just by virtue of the amount of money they spend on shit that, if it was done in a private enterprise, would be much cheaper.
That's fair. A fart would cost you about $2 million.
You're not wrong, and an extra $1 million for any toilet paper that was necessary. Just look at things like SpaceX. The amount of money that we poured into NASA that gave us basically a brick that you could slingshot into space and occasionally blow up, compared to what SpaceX has been able to do.
Yeah.
What? Reusing rockets? That's so weird.
You mean we could reuse those?
Have you ever seen Thunderfoot talk about that?
No, I don't watch that.
Oh God, I haven't watched Thunderfoot in like 10 years.
I only saw this because when they were successfully landing the rockets back, Thunderfoot lost his shit because he absolutely fucking hates Elon Musk. And apparently there was a time where there was a successful return of a rocket one time. And it's like, see, it was done before. Why is everybody giving him so much credit for it? Why? Why do you guys
before I
like
know
him?
any other context, was it a return of a rocket or was it happened to be recoverable?
No, an actual returned landed rocket.
Okay.
Yeah.
Totally by accident, no doubt.
So it happened before. He's done it consistently.
Yeah, like 250 times now, I think.
This is the same man that'll tell you a duck can go Mach 5 and turn on a dime. Thank you, Evolved Potato. You can always trust the government to tax little people for all they're worth. They don't even do that right, honestly. They tried. I mean, we had to redo our tax. By the way, I don't know if I ever told you that, Jack, because I told you the issues I was having with the IRS.
Mm-hmm.
It was easily solved. And it's all taken care of. It was just that one line got entered in the wrong spot. And like, you guys owe us $9,000. Like, no, I really don't.
Oh, dear God. We're going to fix this now.
You've already been paid for that, motherfucker. And yeah, it got entered on. It's one line down from where it should have been entered. And they're like, oh, you owe us for this identical amount of money over here.
The IRS is completely redundant. I actually had a point where during the whole, do you have health care? It's like, no, I don't. It's like, well, you actually, it's like, we didn't think you had it. It's like, well, I didn't. Well, you need to pay us more. Or no, we need to pay you more. I was like, but no, it's okay. I got this. They were actually audited me because I didn't pay less than I needed to.
Really?
Yeah, they think you're up to something.
All right.
No, fuck it. That was the first time I had to hand file my taxes.
I'm shocked that they didn't hit you if you didn't have insurance for not having insurance, because they did that to people for a while. Excuse me. All right.
Well, the thing is, I had insurance for 1 month.
Oh,
and that was their problem.
All righty. Sounds like government.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw this, but Eugene Vinmond is running for office out there in Virginia.
Is that the liar that was?
It's his brother. It's his twin brother.
Is that twin brother? Is this
Yes.
a Santos thing where it's really him just in a funny mustache?
No, you can see both of the fat little fucks together.
Oh, okay.
Alexander is the one who caused such a fuss over the Ukrainian call, and his brother Eugene is running. Don't forget that these are both Ukrainians, and yeah, odd, right?
Right.
But Eugene, he said this today: while families struggle to pay for gas, groceries, and housing, Republicans fight among themselves, creating chaos and weakening our country. We need representatives who will work together and focus on the next generation rather than the next election. All right. Listen to me, Gene. You can sit here and say, hey, the Republicans are not getting shit done. They're infighting. But the things that you mentioned, the inability to pay for gas and groceries and heating, those came from the Democrats working together, you fucking shithead. It is amazing watching Democrats running around going, the Republican infighting is causing all these problems. No. We can't fix these problems because of all the infighting. You guys caused the fucking problems.
Nuh-uh.
I'm hearing a lot of hate facts.
Yeah, I hear a lot of Democratist propaganda, and demophobia is showing.
Who falls for this shit?
Stupid people and people don't pay attention to what's going on.
Ladies and gentlemen in the audience, let me ask you guys something. How many of you guys' gas prices have gone up over the last 2 years because of the last 6 months of Republican infighting? Anyone?
I live in Florida, so I don't think I can contribute.
You go ahead and go, even if you're going to go, hey, I'm here to fix things because none of these guys up here are doing the right thing. All right, I can give you that. But put the Republican infighting, you can't pay for groceries. They've only been infighting for about 6 months. The inflation blow up was in 2021.
Yeah, if anything, you should be bitching that the Republicans don't do anything.
Yeah,
they just sit around and whine.
The Republican infighting is keeping them from stopping us from fucking you more. All right, I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, man, the Republican infighting's gotten just fucking retarded. Did you see today Paul Ryan came out and decided he's going to back Nikki Haley?
Yeah, shocker.
Well,
the rhino's going to back a rhino?
Nikki Haley?
My favorite part of it, though, is that Trump supporters are using this as a slam against Ron DeSantis. They're like, ha ha, Paul Ryan came out and backed Nikki Haley. Take that, DeSantis. Like, aren't you a Trump supporter? Isn't he in this race too?
Yeah, that's stupid.
Anybody who supports Nikki Haley is just an L.
You're bragging that your candidate didn't get picked either by Paul fucking Ryan.
Yeah, it's like John Boehner coming out and giving an endorsement. Nobody cares. Nobody liked you. Except the other fucking rhinos and Raytheon.
Rick says, dude, Trump is going to win. Get over it. I've been saying Trump's going to win for months, man. What the fuck did you just hear? All right. Trump is going to win. You're with me on that, right, Rick? What the fuck does that have to do with retards who are supporting Trump thinking it's a win that somebody else endorsed somebody besides Trump?
Yeah, look, DeSantis is having problems, but this isn't one of them. I mean,
this is the you're talking crap about Trump. No, I'm talking crap about the retards who support him and are out there bragging about an endorsement to a different candidate.
Yeah, they're trying to insult DeSantis by bragging that somebody else endorsed Haley. So it's got nothing to do with anything else. It's like
he didn't endorse Trump. You get that, right? You understand that.
Also, if we were talking about trash about Trump, so what?
If I was talking trash about Trump, I would say I was, but I literally am talking about the people who support him. I didn't see Trump. I did not see Trump anywhere. I'm not on Truth Social. I mean, I have an account over there, but I haven't logged in forever. I don't see what Donald Trump says unless somebody retweets it. I'm talking about the assholes like Laura Loomer who put this shit out there. Oh, she went after Haley. Huh? What the fuck are you even bragging about? If Trump's going to win, why the fuck do you care anybody endorsing any of these people?
Yeah, we all agree that Trump's just going to win. He's already, up 60%?
The only way Trump doesn't win right now is if, one, all but
he
one
dies.
person. Well, no, that's okay. So there's two ways.
I don't think that'll stop him.
If everybody except for one of the other candidates drops out, that brings Trump's win, or it brings his ratio to probably about a 15% lead over whoever would be left.
Yeah, I still think he would get it though, because people are going to look at who's going to be more likely to actually win.
Well, I'm not leaving it at just that. You'd also have to have something happen to Trump that actually changed public perception.
Yeah, like some deep dark thing would have to come out, and that would have come out by now. If he had any real major skeletons in his closet, I mean, they had to fabricate a P tape for God's sake.
Well, not even that though.
Like-
It could be a slip that he makes, something. And again, this is most likely well out of the realm of possibility, but weirder things have happened before.
That's true.
Like for instance, like a president possibly having dementia. Nope, that didn't stop that.
If Trump killed a puppy on live TV with his bare hands, maybe.
Was it DeSantis's puppy?
No, just that he took from a little kid and watched it cry.
Yeah, I mean that might do it, but I don't think he's going to.
You have far too entrenched of a group who thinks that he was robbed and that he is owed this nomination. I disagree with that fact. I think he should have to fight for the nomination, but I'm in the minority.
Yeah, I don't think he's owed. I think it's just likely.
But it's likely because a lot of people think he's owed.
Yeah, that I suppose that's fair. But look, Haley is doing better in the polls because she's constantly on Fox News. But
well, not just Fox. I mean, she's being built up everywhere.
Yeah, because the rhinos love her, and I'm sure BlackRock is pulling all their strings to help get her on TV because they don't like Trump. But yeah, I mean, you're right that everybody else would pretty much have to drop out, but I don't think they're going to.
No, but it does. It has to get down to one other candidate. It can't be as split as it is right now.
No, I don't think that's going to happen till much further into the election cycle.
Let's see, how many do we have left? We have DeSantis, Ramaswamy, Haley, Fat Boy,
yeah,
and isn't there one more?
No,
I
think is Hutchinson still in?
No, I think Asa dropped. So are we down to 4?
I'm assuming Chris Christie was the Fat Boy.
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're down to 4 candidates. When we get to January 15th, which I believe is Iowa, I think you'll see, depending on how Iowa goes, I think we'll see at least 2 of them drop out.
Yeah, I think the money's going to dry up after Iowa. So, because people are going to be like, all right, look, he's not really standing a chance.
The money is going to dry up for basically all but one of the candidates. We're not counting Trump because Trump is a whole different issue in the election. Your normal politics. What happens is you see money, it's kind of tight going into Iowa, and then whoever wins Iowa or has a showing there that was better than expected, suddenly the money opens up for him.
Yeah.
You're going to see that. It's almost like there's 2 primaries going on. Because there's the primary to see who's going to run against Trump in the primary.
Yeah.
And then you'll have the general election. So I think what you're going to see, and my guess, I don't know, with the way DeSantis has been polling lately, I'm guessing Christie will be out after Iowa.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think so, too.
Ramaswamy,
he's still there.
Ramaswamy's running on his own money.
Yeah.
So he's not as worried about the Koch brothers coming out to support Nikki.
And Haley's run on the media's money.
Yeah, so my guess is we're going to come out of Iowa probably with, at this point, again, guys, it's politics, anything can change. I think we see probably Haley and Ramaswamy, the only 2 hanging on after Iowa.
Yeah,
unless DeSantis just comes out and blows away what everybody's expecting.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think the mismanagement in his campaign has really cost him because there was another donor bailed on him to go over to Haley.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, whoever his media managers are, it's been too late. So, and then a lot of his fans are acting like jackasses online. So that's not helping him any. And he doesn't have that charisma like Newsome does. You know, where he could go out and just fake a smile and say whatever, and people are like, "Oh my God, he's so awesome."
If they want to take Haley down, The way to do it is to back her into a corner over Trump.
Yeah.
Because they did that with DeSantis. That they did that by after the first debate. Like, Ron wouldn't say anything bad about Trump, really. That was up to Christie. And so he comes out in the next one. He actually takes a couple of shots at Trump, and he does it again in the third one, where Haley kind of just gets to coast by. She hasn't really had to answer too much about Trump. Anyway.
Well, she's been getting softballs for a while now.
Oh, God, yeah.
The media loves her.
The media doesn't like her. They hate Ron DeSantis. They don't care about Nikki Haley. The media wasn't being nice to Nikki Haley when she was the ambassador to the UN under Trump. They weren't nice to Nikki Haley when she was the governor of South Carolina. Okay, here's what's going on in this election. The Democrats and the press, by extension, desperately want to run against Trump because they're fucking retarded. They are absolutely convinced that they can beat Trump. They're wrong. They are 100% wrong on that. They couldn't beat him in 2020. What makes them think they're going to do it in 2024 when we've got to live under him?
In Minecraft.
Yeah. They think that Trump is the easier one to beat. And so what they want to do is keep DeSantis, who is the other strong candidate. If you're looking at somebody who's actually a strong candidate for president, it is DeSantis. And they want to keep him from having any chance at the nomination. That's all this Haley bullshit is about. That's it. They don't like her. They want to keep Ron DeSantis from having an actual decent shot against Trump. That's it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. No, Trump is going to not only win the primaries, unless the shit changes really weird in the next year. He's going to be president again in January of 2025.
Fortification.
So,
go ahead.
Where did Rick go? He said he was gonna rewatch, and somehow he disappeared. You guys might not be a fan of Dispute in the Chat, but I'll fuck with them.
I don't mind people coming in and saying stuff, and especially if they disagree. I just hate when they come in and lie about what's going on.
Yeah, I don't. I just like arguing with people.
If you want to call me out for something I actually said, by all means do so. But you were attacking Trump. I wasn't saying shit about what Trump hadn't commented on this, as far as I know.
But he's been especially silent for a good minute. I was just gonna letting you guys go.
It's just amazing to me how many different people I both support and hate, according to randos who pop up in the chat.
Oh, you're a Biden supporter, don't you know?
I support everybody and detract from everybody.
You know, the real winner here is your wife, because you vote for her.
I do. That's true.
So, and you know what? I might be with you on that.
For a lady monkey.
I'm leaning Ramaswamy. If he makes it to the general, I'll vote for him.
No, I'm gonna vote for Lady Monkey.
Yeah, the Lady Monkey for president.
Yeah, because I think she would do a better job, honestly.
Oh, yeah, that's a great one, Dark Resurrect, and another reason that they've chosen her to be the. Anyway, real quick, thank you, Dark Resurrect, coming through that feminist $12. Woo! I want someone to ask Nikki why she's spouting lefty talking points while being a Republican. She is a spew of feminist bullshit. Yes, she is.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that makes her more palatable to your lefty news. They still don't like the bitch.
No, she's just more in line with what they want the Republicans to be, which is a bunch of bitchy little cucks.
Yeah, make no mistake about it, though. They do not want her to be the nominee. Although she would be an easier nominee to beat than Donald Trump would be.
Yeah.
It gets on the news easier.
Of the 5 remaining candidates, Trump, Vivek, blah blah blah, I think, and this is actually kind of insulting, Nikki, but I think you're the easiest to beat. I think even Chris Christie is harder to beat than you are.
Yeah, because he's got a better record.
Yep. And all that stuff, all this love fest that's coming at her right now, that's going to end quickly, especially if she does well in Iowa. Which I don't think she's going to do all that well in Iowa.
The problem I'm seeing is the election after this.
The election after this, I mean, it depends on who Donald Trump picks as his VP. I saw people talking about Haley as VP. Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
God, what a terrible idea.
If Donald Trump does pick a woman for VP, definitely not her. Please, not her. If you're going to pick a female VP, pick up Kaylee just so we can see her again.
Right?
Okay, the McKennedy.
Yeah, McKennedy. She's a hottie.
Yeah. Saucy bit.
Vivek should be his VP. I agree, but Vivek says he doesn't want it. And I believe him when he says he doesn't want it.
Yeah, I think he'd be a good VP. They're very similar, as far as their platforms go. So they would complement each other. But unfortunately, I don't think it's going to happen.
Viking says Carrie Lake, if any woman. I understand the appeal Carrie Lake has for a lot of people, but she is a no. She's a no.
Mm-hmm.
She's a detriment to the ticket. She really is. Because with everything that went on in Arizona, there's a stink on her, whether deserved or not. I don't think it's deserved. But she never got a fair shake there. Anyway, Hobbs never should have won the Arizona governorship. That is such fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
But they pretty much Palin'd her. And if she ends up on the ticket, it's going to be brutal. Just saying. I don't know. I don't know if there is a good, maybe Nome, because she's not as seen as much of a liability right now. I'm sure they'd dig up that, like in high school, she once scratched her pussy when she was standing in line for a slushie or something. But they will find a way to just destroy. You have to have somebody who's been in the spotlight. And I don't know if you have anybody like that right now. It's weird, too, for a VP because no VP will ever have been under the scrutiny that this VP will be. Ever. Not even Dan Quayle.
Yeah.
So you're going to have somebody who's got a really thick skin.
George Santos for VP.
Yes. Get Santos in there. Get that Jewish constituency.
I would vote for that in a second.
Yeah.
I want to talk about this case. Dear crap. Oh, shit. No. Hang on. I got to get the other. There it is. I want the archive link, not the Washington Post story, because that causes issues with my internet. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a January 6th case. And in a very rare instance, Cleet Keller avoids prison time for his role in the January 6th riot.
What? Was he an informant?
Kind of, yes. I mean, he did cooperate in investigations, and he said, "I'm sorry for what I did wrong," and all that nonsense. They wanted to send this man to prison. He pled guilty. They wanted to send him to prison for 17 to 21 months for being there.
That's ridiculous.
And no, wait, it gets worse. And being tall.
Oh, being tall in public. Oh my God, it's like walking while black.
Oh, damn it.
So he ends up with where is it? 6 months of home detention, 3 years of probation, and 360 hours of community service. That's what he actually got. The government wanted, as I said, 17 to 21 months, a year and a half. He's 6'6", weighs 250 pounds, and
I feel targeted.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big motherfucker, but apparently, you see, he It's right here. Keller spent about 50 minutes in the Capitol on January 6th, leading chants of fuck Nancy Pelosi and fuck Chuck Schumer, and at one point yanking his elbow away from a police officer trying to clear the building. While Keller did not commit overt violence, the government argued Keller's unlawful actions, refusal to obey police orders to leave, and imposing physical presence constituted violence and or a credible threat of violence.
Oh, that's fucking asinine.
Because he was a big guy, like that was a credible threat of violence because he's standing there all big and shit.
We were scared. Oh my god, the Capitol Police look like such pussies, man.
You were there and you were big.
They wanted to put this man in jail for a year and a half because he didn't listen to the police. All right, that's a month in county. There you go. Got trespassing.
Not even.
Maybe breaking and entering if you want to go real hard on it. But he didn't hurt anybody. The worst he did was yanked his elbow away from a police. Oh my God.
That's not even resisting arrest.
No, because they weren't trying to even arrest him. They were just trying to clear the building. So you don't even have resisting arrest here. You're right. It's because his size made us scared. I don't understand why. The police we saw, most of them were fat as fuck. They could have just rolled on him.
Maybe he was too close to the vending machine and they thought he was going to steal it. And they're like, those are our Snickers bars.
Can you imagine making this argument in court that he posed a credible threat of violence because of his size?
Because of his genetics. Seems a bit biased, honestly. I mean,
can somebody show me the laws on that?
There aren't any. This is made up nonsense. But these sham trials are all for show anyway. So
maybe it's just because I worked at a hotel and I had to trespass on a lot of people. But like, what the fuck?
Dude, the nicest guy I ever met in my life, nicest of all my friends, the guy would never hurt a fly. He was a 6'6" Puerto Rican. You don't see many 6'6" Puerto Ricans, just saying. And he was a thick boy.
The mutant.
This motherfucker's 6'6". He could reach up and grab a basketball hoop because he had long, gangly ass arms too. Could not dunk because he couldn't jump. One of my best friends in high school, and just the nicest, sweetest guy. But if you saw him and you didn't know him, you'd be like, oh my God, that's a scary looking motherfucker. Now, some of the worst people I've ever met in my life are tiny little shits who have to prove everything to everyone.
Oh yeah, short man complex. I hate that shit.
I worry more about little short fuckers than I ever do people my size or bigger. Because we don't have to be mean. I don't have to prove to anybody that I'm a big man. You can just look at me and go, that's a big man.
Oh, I like that, Tailfin. Manlet rage.
Yes, absolutely.
My manager is Sweet Pea. Okay.
The not all short people, hashtag not all, because some of them are, little mice, of course. But the worst shitty people I've ever met are always short guys.
Chihuahua syndrome. That's so true. That's so true. Oh, they are such angry little dogs.
But this man, he's huge. Did you see? I watched a whole bunch of violence that year, Jack. And a lot of it came from skinny little pimply fuckers behind black masks with their little red flags on them.
Yeah.
Didn't some of it come from people in wheelchairs?
Actually, yes, one of them did.
Yeah, and he got pushed over a few times, and it was funny. Real quick, thank you, Evolved Potatoes. Speaking about informants, did you see that the guy who shanked Derek Chauvin was an FBI informant? He literally worked for the FBI. You can't make this shit up. Yep,
it's a true story. Derek Chauvin.
Here.
We had talked about his stabbing when it happened and how he had recently been moved to the federal prison from a state prison where he was mostly in solitary confinement. They move him to federal prison. He gets stabbed 22 times by a guy who happened to be a federal informant.
Yeah, nothing to see here. Not being silenced by the feds because he's a political prisoner. Nope, nothing to see here. Just look away. Look away. By the way, Mofuck, I love the phrase shifty-eyed midgets. That would make an awesome punk band name.
Yeah.
I would like to remind everybody that we are not sad on this stream.
I'm not sad. I'm just disappointed. When it came out that one, we finally know how many. He got stabbed 22 times.
Yeah.
And the guy said he'd have kept stabbing him if he didn't get stopped. He also said that he did it on Black Friday as a moment of solidarity with Black Lives Matter and the black, whatever it's called. He was part of a gang that had black in their name. He's not black. He's Hispanic.
I don't think he understands what Black Friday means.
No, he did it on the Christmas of capitalism for Black Lives Matter.
For a communist group. Yeah. Brilliant. Man, that public education system is such a failure.
Black Friday is literally called that because it's when most businesses go into the black for the year. It's when they start making money for the year. And this motherfucker like, yeah, I did it on Black Friday for BLM. You're retarded. And yeah, I have no doubt. You know what happened? And I this is my sincere belief. You guys ready? Here's what happened to Derek Chauvin. They couldn't get him to go on suicide watch. So they were unable to get his cellmate removed and have the cameras turned off and the guards fall asleep.
Yeah.
So instead they just give Ramon a couple of extra packs of cigarettes to go shank him.
Yeah. Fucking ridiculous. That would not surprise me at all. This looks like a fucking hit.
It was.
The guards just sort of looked the other way for a minute. Whoopsie doopsie.
Wait, okay.
It happened right after he appealed. Like, hey, I didn't get a fair trial. Oh, we got to shut this guy up.
So Kingpin just happened to have a Punisher come in.
Yes. Rogue Thoughts is the Epstein maneuver. Exactly. You know how I know that this was a hit? Because it wasn't a black guy that stabbed him.
Yeah, it was just in solidarity. That sounds like something like Patriot Front would say, you know? It sounds like something the government would come up with. Oh, just say it was in solidarity with Black Lives Matter. I don't totally believe that.
You couldn't find one of your black informants in there to stab him?
So fucking pathetic.
Derek Chauvin? Really? All right.
Real fast. Thank you, Dark Resurrect, for that feminist donation. Scariest man I ever met was my 5'3" Filipino drill sergeant. Man, put the devil to shame. Don't piss off Filipinos. They're very angry people. You don't want to fuck with them. They will kick your ass in a fight.
Short Filipino drill sergeant. Those are three words that should never go together.
Yeah, dude, that makes me nervous, and I'm not even there. I'm safe in my kitchen right now with guns around. I don't own any guns. Never mind. But that would make me nervous. Yeah, I don't blame you.
Well, and in fairness, I mean, short and Filipino is kind of redundant.
Yeah, but that's the dude you want on your team.
Yes.
Like,
yes,
if
absolutely.
there's a fight to be had, I want that guy on my team because he's probably pretty spry and feisty. It could take down a couple guys bigger than him. So
at the very least, he's going to bite somebody.
Oh, yeah. He's going to rip somebody's ear off with his hand, you know, and instead show it to them and shove it in their mouth.
Thing is,
I may have
you
known
have
a few
that,
Filipino fighters.
Thing is, if you have that anywhere in your lexicon, you've already been smacked around.
I grew up around a lot of Filipinos when we lived in Virginia because they would the servicemen would come back with little Filipino babies. And so in Virginia, there's a ton of Filipinos and really nice people, really short people. And the scariest woman I ever saw was a little Filipino mom. She couldn't have been 4 foot nothing. And she lost her shit on her big ass Marine husband. And this dude was tough. This is a jarhead from way back, old school. And he cowered like a little girl to this chick.
Oh, you don't want to piss off a Filipino.
I
woman.
bet he did.
Oh man, this is a man who no fear in his life except for that little woman.
Yeah. You ever watch like the old kung fu movies where they zoom in on someone's eyes and they look all shifty?
Mm-hmm.
If you ever piss off an Asian woman, like off the boat Asian, not an American Asian, they have this look they can give you. And it is the most intimidating look on the planet. And you just hear music out of nowhere going, da-da-da. You're like, oh shit, I done fucked up. Filipino women are really good at that. So are Korean women. Japanese are pretty good at it, but they're pretty adorable. So it's kind of hard to do. Like, oh, but man, some Asians, they just have that look. And you're like, uh-oh, mistakes were made. So I totally get that guy's reaction. I would probably do the same thing. Be like, oh, no, don't hurt me.
Jiraiya says, stop sizing Filipinos, sizism. All right. You show me a family of tall Filipinos and we'll talk. And by tall, I mean at least 5'10".
They're probably mixed race if they're that tall.
Yeah.
Let's go 5'7".
5'7" is really tall for a Filipino. Most of the Filipinos I knew, male Filipinos, were about 5'5".
They're not a real tall people. It's a small chain of islands there.
It's like short black people. You don't see them all that often. They exist.
Yeah, but there's not that many of them.
There's not many of them, no.
No, because they got, it's genetics. It's where your region, some people are born in areas with taller people. Look at the fucking Norse. They're fucking giants.
And before anybody, you racist, all black people. I'm not tall by, average height and above in America. Yeah. Samoans. You ever see a Samoan? You ever see a tiny Samoan?
It's not very common.
No.
They're at least average. And they tend to be a little on the heftier side.
Yeah, they some chunky boys, man.
Yeah.
But also, as Jack was explaining earlier, find me a short Norse person.
There you go.
Yeah, they're really not that short. They're big, gigantic people for the most part.
To my tall black point, Jiraiya says Kevin Hart has entered the chat. I didn't say there were no short black people.
There's just not many. North Koreans are like, I think it's 5 inches shorter than the average Korean, and the average Korean woman is like 5'3".
Yeah, this is something genetically, and it does come from what you like in a partner. What society at the time is like, we like the short women, so you're going to end up breeding with short women and probably making more short women.
Yeah, Asians are short because they're full of sexy, and then you can have 2 of them because then together they stack on top of each other and equal 1.
They're like bite-sized women.
Yeah,
and if
they're
you
fun
happen
size.
to like Baltic women, you're gonna have a 5'11" woman.
I don't want a woman I have to climb, man.
Some guys are into that. They're into like really tall chicks.
I like watching the really short guys with the really tall chicks, like a 5'2" guy with a 6 foot tall woman. That shit just makes me laugh.
There's hope out there for you, Pearly.
There you go. Oh dear God, that fucking idiot.
Oh, the greasy haired bitch.
Today she came out and said that a trad wife can't be conservative if she doesn't believe in limiting women's ability to vote. And she gave no backing for this because of course she didn't. She's just selling t-shirts, man, because she has her women shouldn't vote t-shirt because she's edgy, y'all.
She's just a humble t-shirt salesperson.
Oh, she annoys the shit out of me, but she's my favorite lolcow right now. She really is. I cannot stop laughing at this woman. She took a shot at Josie, the redheaded libertarian.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I saw that.
Because Josie was wearing a skirt that was too short.
Yeah, she's wearing a jean shirt that was too short.
It's too short for it to be a mom. She does this thing now where she finds pictures of people. They're not sent to her. She does this on her own, where she'll find a woman dressed some way, and she has a I deem hashtag I deem. She said this hashtag I deem this outfit inappropriate for a wife and mother. Too short. And this is
Josie
what she's wearing.
looked really hot in that, by the way.
She does. Her nether regions aren't hanging out when she stands up.
No, it's perfectly soccer mom appropriate. And by the way, I do love that she's wearing the Caucasian shirt.
Caucasian shirt, yeah.
Yeah, I want to get one of those.
Well, I'm going to take over her hashtag with I deem things about her.
Oh,
I've heard it.
And today I said I deem it's well, let me just quote myself directly. I don't want to do myself injustice. Said I deem a woman who can't even get a date to be an unreliable judge of what wives should do.
Yeah, like Josie said in her response, though, she lives in South Florida. It's hot as balls. You're not gonna wear your hijab or burqa out there. You're gonna sweat to death.
The other day she came out and said, not Josie, Pearly, the wonder retard, that I don't claim to be a trad woman. That's actually just the ideal woman. It's what you tell women to be. You tell women that if you want to get married, you got to be this. You say you want to get married and you're not being that. The truth, I know the truth about Pearl. Are you ready?
Okay.
Pearl's a lesbian.
Oh.
Pearl is a lesbian in denial. I have known several people who look vaguely like Pearl, and every one of them is a lesbian. Everyone, including my first girlfriend.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
The woman who took my virginity, and she was a woman at the time, she was 19. I was her beard, which is fine because I got to lay pipe, but still,
yeah.
She was 100% a lesbian.
Well, we've proved it. Monkey can pull a lesbian.
I can actually.
That's impressive, dude. I'll give you that.
I'm a sexy beast, man.
A little jealous because I have a video collection full of lesbians I'd like to pull. But that'll happen.
All right, here, let me make my case for you. All right. She went and asked one of my female best friends if she would have a threesome with us without my knowledge.
Oh, and she wanted to be in the middle so that she could munch the carpet of your lady friend.
She just wanted to go down on my friend. Like, you could do that. I don't care.
I used to know a chick when I was in college that was into that. Her and this couple would hook up, and the wife would just go down on her and get plowed from behind. She never had to take dick. The other chick really wanted to munch the carpet while she was getting railed.
This is a weird segue, but that's actually there's a big story coming out of Florida right now.
I don't know how that segues, but
listen,
I'm dying to hear it.
The head of the Florida Republican Party has just been accused of rape.
Whoa.
Because a woman said that she was in a three-way relationship with him, his wife, and her. And they were supposed to have a date, but the wife couldn't make it, so she called it off, but he showed up anyway. And this is a quote, bent her over a bar stool and raped her.
Damn.
Yeah.
Is it a bad time to say that's an impressive bar stool?
Right.
I've seen movies,
This is a breaking story. It's only been out there for I think a couple of days now. But see how the segue meets. I mean, it's a chick who was hooking up with a married couple.
Yeah, that's a fucked up story because there's gonna be a lot of people that have a hard time believing that.
The date of it is October 2nd, and there's some weirdness to it because
this year.
She reportedly reported it immediately. Well, actually, no, hang on. She didn't report it. She told a friend that she was afraid to leave her house because what happened, according to her, is she told him not to come over. She goes to leave her house and he just happens to be outside of it and pushes her back in and does his business. Well, she tells a friend about this and that she's afraid to leave her house because of that. So the friend calls a wellness check to have her checked on because she's been raped and she's afraid of her rapist. That's how it all blows up.
Wow.
But there's phone conversations between them. And there's 3 of them, if I remember correct. The first one, he called her. And it's really weird because he keeps saying to her, like, we're friends. I've never had to say that to my friends.
Not unless this is like a breakup thing.
But then she tells him at the end of this conversation, she doesn't want him to call. Don't talk to me. I don't want to talk to you. The second conversation, she called him to tell him how much she is mad at him for humping her against her will.
She's recording this, I take it?
Yes. And in fact,
he's trying to gather evidence then.
In the third call, he actually called her back and he asks about that. Like, are you recording this?
No.
Uh-uh.
Did you guys get that?
What's that static on the line?
Who's that coughing? Oh, that's the FBI. Shush.
It's the FBI. What sounds like somebody slapping pudding is exactly that. But yeah, so I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. If the tellings of the phone call are real, that "hey, we're friends" thing really comes off weird to me because he says it in both the first and the third call.
Yeah, it sounds like they were trying to gather evidence on him by getting him to talk about it on the phone.
Well,
so, I watch a lot of Investigation Discovery, and they do that sort of thing a lot.
In the third call, because in the second one, she basically accuses him straight up of rape, and I don't remember if she did in the first or not. But in the third one, when he calls back, he's like, "Do you need anything? Is there anything I can do to make you feel better?"
Not rape me.
Look, he may be innocent, but if those telling, because I didn't get to read the transcripts, these are just tellings of what's supposedly in there. That's some fishy sounding language. That's some "you did it, didn't you, motherfucker?"
It sounds a little questionable at best. So I don't know.
Yeah. Man. I don't know. I hope he didn't do it because I don't want anybody to have been raped. But if he did it, I hope the motherfucker fries for it.
Yeah.
The
we
weird
can't
thing,
have rapists running around.
The weird thing is he still hasn't been charged for it.
If I had a
if there's no rape yet,
Bubba's going full Gutenberg over here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, a little bit. But if I had a feeling, it's just he fucked a coworker.
Kind of. Look, nobody knows much about this story because again, it's according to her that she was part of this throuple. Hey, guys, stop doing that weird shit. I've never seen once where it's like couple cures cancer after hooking up with nasty bitch they met on Craigslist. It's always like charges filed or marriage destroyed. It's never anything good.
Yeah, the marriage destroyed thing is the part that I kind of so don't fuck people that you're working with.
My wife used to work with this couple who another person where they all worked lost their place to live, a female. Like, "Oh, you can move in with us."
Oh,
and
that's dangerous. They
started doing the throuple thing. Well, wife is now a single mom.
Wow.
Yeah. Because it doesn't work. It doesn't. Jealousy is a real thing. And no matter how much you want to not be jealous, I've never met anybody who's not jealous.
Yeah, it tends to end in tears in those relationships.
Yeah. there's never anything good. Either the marriage is going to break up, or somebody's killing somebody's kids, or kidnapping their dog. Nothing ever good comes from this shit. And you never see stories like couple has been together for 40 years. You know what I mean? That shit lasts for like 2 years tops. And then they get elected to Congress and everything's fucked up.
This is our 30-year polyamorous relationship.
Thank you, Tyrai. I just logged in, so I missed everything. We'll go back later. But Fetterman needs to get voted out before the guy he is claiming should be booted. Yeah, well, Fetterman shouldn't have been elected in the first place. But look, man, if the people of Pennsylvania want me to believe that they are represented by a retard, I will just admit that they're retarded.
Yeah, I mean, I expected a reject from the Hills Have Eyes to come out of a state like Arizona where they tested the bomb. Right. But, you do you, Pennsylvania.
I mean, they're really close to Jersey. There's probably some groundwater issues.
Yeah, that's very true.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap up here. I don't know if I can even do a game stream until I get new RAM, because I was testing a few games and none of them really like the 8. Till I can get back to 16, I'm not sure if I can even do them, so we'll see what happens.
You could play Mega Man or Pac-Man.
I don't have either of those.
Dust off an Atari somewhere, dude. I'm sure you could play some Defender.
I just have to go through all the games that I have and see which ones I can actually run. So we'll see what happens with that. But thank you guys for coming and hanging out. Thank you for the donations. You guys are so very kind. Really, really appreciate it. Anything you want to shield, Jack?
I'll drop some links to some awesome videos. As always, thank you so much for the support you give us. The tips are very, very helpful. And you guys are beautiful people. Thank you for all you do for us.
Faithless says you should go to 64 gigs, Monk. I would love to. I unfortunately can't get a second job. So I'm a nerd on a budget, man. Bubba, anything you want to show?
I got nothing, but I want to know, is it DDR3 or DDR4 you're working with?
4.
Okay.
Yeah. I would have loved to have upgraded to 5, but 1, the motherboard would have been a lot more expensive, and the RAM is a lot more expensive. So stuck with 4 because I already had it. Who knew I was going to break one of them in the middle? But anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out. Jack, Bubba, pleasure as always, gentlemen.
Always glad to be here.
Nice to be here.
Everybody have a wonderful night. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye, everybody.
I gotta go check on my cat and make sure she didn't poop. What is my life?